My name is Tré Clark, and I am the community and education pastor for Britton Christian Church here in Oklahoma City. I've served in this role for about 10 years, a little over 10 years, and I enjoy it. Much of what I do now is I work with kids in after school ministry, and also in the summer. We have kids from first grade all the way to 12th grade during the school year. And in the summertime, we have kids from pre-K to fourth grade. And we're helping them with their reading and math and life skills, all of that kind of stuff. We're really focusing on three areas. One is education. So we are trying to assist kids, students, and families with the academic needs that their children have, be it reading, math, science, if it's language or essay writing, entering college, all of those kinds of things. So we're trying to help them understand and appreciate the value of education, as well as doing well in school. So we want them to do well in school. So that's number one, is education. The second is empowerment. We really feel that it is important for our kids as well as their families to be somewhat self-sufficient. To not be or always reliant upon other people for their academic needs. So we want to get them strong enough and with enough skills to be able to meet their own needs, to troubleshoot their own problems and find working solutions to their problems. So empowerment. That's also going to come, that's going to be visible in community sorts of things. So I'll just tell a quick story. There was a young lady who was, I think she was in about fourth grade at the time, and she had a low self-esteem because of, she had one tooth that was just sticking out to the side. It was growing over another one, and that really gave her a poor sense of self. And so one of the things we did to empower this young lady was we got her to a dentist, and the dentist was able to remove that tooth, which actually had no root. It was just hanging in there for some reason. But the dentist was able to remove that tooth. She had a beautiful smile, as always, but her first day back at school, she reported to her mom how much better she felt about herself and that people weren't judging her and looking at her funny. So we want to empower kids and we want to empower families as well. To be successful and to be self-reliant in the areas where they can be. So education, empowerment, and then finally, our third tier is eternity. We spend a lot of time talking about the importance of making good grades and getting your homework done, all of those sorts of things. But we really feel that we're doing families and students a disservice if we do not share with them the hope that is in Jesus Christ. That is paramount. We let parents know that this is one of our focuses. We will be talking about the gospel. We will be sharing Christ with your kids. And we understand that not everybody's in that situation. They don't feel comfortable with that. And so there are a couple options. Your kid can sit out if the parents want the kids to sit out and not be a part of that, they're welcome to do that. Or if they would choose to not have their kids be a part of our ministry because of that, they're welcome to do that as well. But If we if all we do is teach them how to read and write and add and subtract and multiply and stuff, but we don't tell them about how to have a life-changing relationship with Jesus, then we really feel like we're doing them a disservice. We meet twice a week. We meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and our time is from 3 o'clock until 6:30 p.m. I pick up students from the elementary school, Britton Elementary, at 3 o'clock. And then from 3 o'clock until 4 o'clock, the kids are given a snack and we do a Bible devotional. And then we talk about what we've learned. And I give away prizes for answering questions correctly or even attempting to answer the questions, for paying attention, all of that stuff. 4 o'clock until 5, roughly about 5:15, the student and the tutor are working together on any academic challenges. So if the kid has homework, then we will work on their homework, unless the child cannot read. If the child cannot read, then there's no reason for us to do their homework. Because what ends up happening is the mentor is reading the homework and answering the homework for the kid, because the reading is lacking and the comprehension is suffering as well. So for those kids, we focus on reading proficiency. So that'll be fluency and comprehension, phonemic awareness, depending on where the kid is. After 5 o'clock, the kids get a break. We'll go outside, we'll play, they'll have some time on the playground. And then about 6 o'clock or a little before, we will have a meal. So the kids always eat. We have a partnership with Sonic, one of the Sonics here in Oklahoma City, and they provide a meal for our kids once a week. And then our church really covers like the bulk of the money that we are using to feed and resource our kids and our tutors. So at 6:30, the parents come and pick up the kids from the church, and then we're done. I've talked a lot about our elementary kids, but we also have kids who are in middle school and kids who are in high school. And one of the things that's helpful is those kids who, if they go through our program and they are in good standing, when they reach 6th grade, they are invited back to be a tutor. So they're welcome to come and tutor the kids in elementary. If you're in high school, then you can tutor middle school kids. Our college kids who've graduated, we've had several kids graduate and go on to college. They come back and they help on all levels. So it's really great to have them coming back, because the kids have seen them and now they're coming back and they're investing in the kids that they were sitting in a room with, getting the same information. So it's really neat. So this thing is ongoing. We really don't stop. We follow the Oklahoma City Public School calendar. So when they are out of school, then we're out of school. If they are out, they take a snow day or rain day or whatever, then we're usually out that day too, if it falls on one of our program days. Now, what I'll do during that time is I'll open up our computer lab so students can come in and they can work during the day if they have any kind of writing assignment or anything they need to do to catch up on work. They need to print stuff off, all of those kinds of things. Then I'll open the computer lab for a certain period of time during that day, and they can come in and work on that stuff here at the church. After our in-school program, we move into the summer. And so we'll shut down about the second week of May, and that kind of helps us to tie up any loose ends for Summer Buddies, which begins the first Tuesday in June. After that is done, then we take a break. But we have our kids plugged in. We try to plug them into some of the other ministries here as well. So we have camps during the summer. Our youth minister does a good job taking kids to Kids Across America. Our children's minister does a good job of having some local activities for kids to be involved in. Our youth pastor also takes kids on backpacking trips, all kinds of things. So we try to, and this is that last E, that third tier, where we're focused on eternity. So we try to encourage these kids and these families to get involved in some of these other ministries that are fun, but it keeps them out of trouble, and it also helps them helps to reinforce what we've been telling them about during the school year and even during the summer about the value and the importance of a relationship with Jesus. So they get this in several different areas as we plug them into these other ministries. In the summer, we have, it used to be 4 weeks, we're dropping it down to 2 weeks. But we have a summer camp, academic camp, where kids come in pre-K to 4th grade, and they are able to stay with us from 10:30 in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We feed them, they get lunch, they get a snack. We do hands-on activities. So we do a lot of math and reading, but we also do a lot of science and engineering as well. And it's just fun. We do art, we do all kinds of stuff, and the kids really love it. They get to make Father's Day gifts during that time. And then we end that time, our Summer Buddies program, with a party. We have bounce houses, ice cream, popsicles, watermelon, hot dogs, all that stuff. And the kids love it. They all get a t-shirt, so that when we go on field trips, that we all look the same and we don't lose anybody, which is very, very important. Some of the kids who come back, the high schoolers, if you're a senior or you're in college, then we can hire them as an intern. So I've had a few kids serve as interns, and they serve during the summertime as interns, because I don't really want to overextend them during the school year when they're trying to get their own work done. So in the summertime, which is where we tend to have a bigger need, because there's just so much involved and we're here for so long. It's every week, and it's 3 days. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 10:30 to 3 o'clock. What I've heard from the mentors about their relationship with the kids is they really enjoy seeing the light come on for kids. Because as I mentioned, a lot of our kids come in and they have severe academic challenges. I mean, we'll have kids who are in 3rd grade and can't read on a 1st grade level. And so for a mentor to continue working with that student week after week, and for year after year, and to see some progress, and then watch the kid graduate from high school, it's really satisfying for them. When a kid starts to get it, it really starts to click. It's making sense. This math problem, why you do it this way and why it's working out this way as opposed to the way maybe they're doing it, or they don't understand it at all, and a tutor is able to explain it to them in such a way that it really makes sense. And then they don't need the mentor's help in that area anymore, because the mentor has done so well at explaining it and walking with the student that it just makes sense now. So they really enjoy watching kids thrive, get it, is what we say. They really enjoy watching kids get it. And then some of them just kind of breaking out of their shell. There are a lot of them who are a little reclusive, and for lots of reasons. We have kids who come from some really tough environments, and to be loved on by these mentors is, I mean, it's priceless. So they enjoy all of that. Don't be discouraged by what you don't see happening in the kids. Just keep coming back each time and invest in that student. In the past, our mentors would come in and they would work with a kid for a week or a month and really not see much progress. And it's frustrating because I came here to help this kid and the kid is not getting any better. It almost seems like they're getting worse. And so this can have a really negative impact on the mentor and makes them feel like they're not doing a good job. When the reality is, we're in this thing as a marathon. So there's the fruit that we're hoping to see. It's probably going to take years of investing in this child before we ever see any fruit from our planting. So we plant longer than we sow. We may never even be the ones to sow the fruit from our planting. So the harvest won't come in our time. But that doesn't mean that what we've invested in the child is for naught. So I try to keep the mentors and the tutors encouraged to stay in the game, keep working with these kids. We have plenty of stories of students who came in, no purpose in life. They couldn't see any value in what they were doing. But the kid shows up, takes our advice, and puts in the work. And then eventually, we see the kid turn a corner. And we've all shared stories about, you remember that kid when he first came in, when she first came in? Oh, I thought I was going to pull my hair out. And now that student is the leader in our group, doing the most good at their school. They're in leadership positions, making A's and B's, gaining scholarships, all kinds of things, seeking our advice. Whereas before we were just thrusting it on them, now they're actually coming to us and asking for advice. So I would just say, don't be discouraged by what you do not see coming out of the student. If you stick with it long enough and you're working with these kids and you're investing in them, genuinely loving them and helping them, eventually there's a lot of good fruit that comes out of that.